Hey guys, how's it going? Here's this 83 Cutlass Cruiser, and I've got this car listed for sale now on Craigslist, and it kind of led me into making a video kind of expressing my feelings about selling things these days. You know, in the past I've been known to buy and sell a lot of vehicles, and you probably notice that's kind of slowed down dramatically recently, and there's good reasons for it. Number one is I don't have time to fool as much stuff anymore. Number two is I've got things I really want to get completed and enjoy, and buying and selling cars is not helping that. So that's part of it. And third reason, probably the most influential reason these days, is that I just don't like it anymore. I am sick to death of selling stuff on Craigslist, anywhere else. You know, it used to be fun to sell things, but it seems like this day and age that it's just a battle to sell things, and I don't like interacting with the people that look at things for sale on Craigslist. As a matter of fact, I'm so frustrated now about it that I could probably have some pretty choice words to describe them. But we'll just make a video about that, and hopefully I'll refrain from saying anything too ugly. But I've made the decision to go ahead and sell this car, and also that Suzuki, and there's a few other things I'll be listing. I have listed for sale. I've actually had these things listed already, and I think I'm asking a pretty reasonable price for each of the things that I have for sale. But I tell you what, I don't know if it's the area that I live in. I don't know if Alabama and Huntsville is just a hellhole for selling old cars and parts, or what it is. But I have this car listed for sale for $1,500, and I just about can't get anybody to even come out and look at it. And I think that's a fair price for it. And I know I'm going to hear this from people. They're going to say, "Well, I'd give you that for it." Don't bother, please, because it's the easiest thing to do. Tell somebody you'll do this or you'll do that when you don't. There's nothing making you do it. So let's not go there. You can see this car's for sale. I just told you it's for sale. If you got the money and you're serious, you're not fantasizing, private message me. I'm not talking about next 2 weeks. I'm not talking about next month. I'm not talking about next year. I'm not talking about any of those. For sale now. So feel free. But I don't want to hear in the future comments, "I would have given you this for it," or "I would have given you that for it. I would have come bought it." I don't listen to that crap. That's BS. So anyway, so I've barely had people even call about this car, and that shocks me. Not that I'm trying to make a lot of money on it, but it's an attractive car. I think it is, and by the comments that I've seen on the videos about this car before, I think a lot of people think that. But I think something important is it's a lot of people in other places. I think here in Alabama that guys are just not capable of thinking enough outside of the box to think about a wagon like this being unique. Maybe that's it. So, and I like this car. It's not that I don't like it. It's not that I wouldn't like to keep it, but when you have something that's requiring money, then sometimes you have to liquidate. So, but there again, I've barely had anybody look at this car. Not even had one. I've had one person come look at it, and the first thing that happens is I always get, when you're in that price range, you always get these people that do things, they say things that raise up the red flags, what I call the BS flags, and that's exactly what that is. It's a BS flag, because when you hear people say things about a car like this, it tells me right away that don't believe anything. Don't even expect them to come look at it, and that's normally what happens. Like, for instance, I have people that call me about this car, and this car is now 31 years old, and they call me, and how many people you think ask me how it runs? How about this? 0. How many people you think have asked me, how's the air conditioner work? Does it have air conditioning? All of them. What's wrong with the air conditioner? Does it need something done to it? You know how much it'd be to fix it? On and on and on and on. Finally I told somebody, I said, you know what? I said, you're not buying a certified pre-owned Altima here. I said, this is an old car. I don't know what's wrong with the air conditioner. Actually, I do know. There's nothing wrong with it. It just needs topped up with Freon. But they just bug me to death about that damn air conditioner. But they don't care about how it runs. They don't care about if the transmission works good. Nobody has asked that. So when I hear people asking and saying stuff like that, that tells me right away that I'm dealing with an idiot. So, and then they ask me the gas mileage. Well, what kind of gas mileage does it get? How should I know? I haven't even measured it, and I don't care. Could care less what kind of gas mileage it gets. And the other thing that happens, you know, everybody that sells things on Craigslist has to deal with these stupid freaking idiots that call you and they want to tell you a big long story and they're acting so interested. Oh yeah, that's just what I'm looking for. I've been looking for one of those, and that'd make an awesome driver, and I drive that every day, and I can do this with it. We're gonna come look at it. Yeah. I'll call you tomorrow. So can you send me a few more pictures? You know, they get off on this big long story, and they're telling me how cool a car it is. Like, I already know that. It's my car. I already know that. Why are you telling me that? And, you know, that kind of crap. And then 9 times out of 10, 99% of the times, they never show up. You never hear a thing from them. And you know what? If that's the kind of person you are, if you can't get your act together enough to go look at a car, then screw you. Because I got there the next day when I saw this car listed for sale. I got there the next morning and had this thing bought and back on the way back home from freaking Atlanta. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anybody's boo-hoo stories. They say, well, I'll try to get there. I don't give a shit if you do try. You know, trying's nothing. Trying's fail. That's all that is. That's all the heck it is. It's nothing. I don't try nothing. I either make my mind up and do it, or I don't do it, you know. And if I'm not going to do it, I don't sit here and waste somebody's time jacking off, telling them, saying, well, I'm thinking about might come look at it. Whatever. I've heard that too many times. That's another BS flag, is all that is. As far as I'm concerned, you know, this thing can sit here. I don't want to deal with people saying, well, maybe I can. What's your problem? You want to buy a car or not? And, you know, like that little Reno out there, that's a 2007 Reno, and that car runs and drives fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's got a couple idiot lights on, but, you know, I've driven it, since last July, most of the time since then. And I got that car for listed at $2,000, and I have people just, you know, they're like, well, I don't know if I can get that much, or, you know, can't you take any less? Hell no, I can't take any less. You know, the thing about it is what bugs me the most, and I'm sorry for making a gripey video, but what irritates me the most about this is if I was, and I have done this, if I was out looking for something like this, or I was looking for a car like that Reno, you think for a minute that I could find something for the price I'm advertising these cars for? Absolutely not. Yet people want to, I still know, I don't know if I could give that for it, you know. And it makes me so irritated that I'm getting confrontational with people about it. You know, basically been kind of wording my ads like it's for sale. If you want it, come get it. If you don't, too bad. You know. I've tried to go the full disclosure route. I've said, you know, what all was wrong with this car. That doesn't work. You know, let me just say this: people don't want you to tell them bad news about something. That's like the feel-good, rose-colored glasses story time guy who's always saying, oh yeah, that looks awesome, that's probably an awesome car. You know, he's just psyching himself up. He didn't want you telling him anything bad. So I'm thinking from now on, I think I'm just going to write just generic ads. I'm not going to tell, you know, if somebody asks me what's wrong with this, I say, I don't know. I say, does it run okay? Yeah. How the tires? Good. course, that tire over there's got a plug in it, but why should I tell them? You know, nobody ever told me that stuff. Every time I went to buy a car, I didn't get told that in advance. Maybe that's my problem. I'm trying to be too easy on people. You know, it's an effing car. Come here, look at it, and buy it. If you don't, get the hell out of here. So, I mean, look, really, how many of these cars do you see around anymore? And I don't want to hear it, guys. I don't want to hear anybody saying, nah, I'd come get that if I was, you know, if I had, I don't give a damn what you have. If you have money, bring it down here. Come drive it home. That's it. Final. Come do it. Otherwise, don't even go there. Don't want to hear it. Not interested. So anyway, that one will sit here until somebody buys it for what I want for it. You know, I've made people too good at deals on cars. I've always listened to their sob stories, and I got a wife, and we haven't got so much money, and we just need a car, and blah, blah, blah. I'm done. I'm tired of hearing that crap. You know, I'm sick and tired of it. You couldn't, like I said, you couldn't buy this car for what I'm asking for it anywhere else. You could not. It's just the simple fact that Huntsville is a yuppie idiot town that the people here don't care about old cars. A few of them do, but down here they don't. So nobody that looks at Craigslist here is even remotely interested in it. And that's fine, because I'm going to start listing it in other cities. So, I mean, and a little car out there, same with it, you know. I hate to do it, but maybe I'll just pull the check engine light bulb out of it and you won't see it. That was done to me more than once, so, you know, and it's unethical. I don't like doing that, but, you know, I don't want to hear bitching all the time. What's wrong with that check engine light? That's all they freaking focus on. I hardly ever, when I bought that car, I knew the way it run and drove that there wasn't anything seriously going on with it, and there wasn't. That check engine light's for a catalytic converter. It's like a PO420. It's nothing. It just means the catalytic converter's not working very well. But that's all they focus on. I hardly ever hear people call me and they say, oh yeah, I know what that is. I'm not worried about that. I can deal with that. Or, yeah, I like this car. This is what I've been looking for. I'll come, you know. I hardly ever get that. It's just people, these idiots. You got these stupid questions I can ask you. Getting tired of it. I mean, what do you want to know about it? It runs and drives. It's a good car. That's it. It's what you need to know. Come out here and look at it. Drive it. Especially the worst of the worst. You know what the worst of the worst is, guys? The worst of the worst is these people that tell you they're probably going to come buy your car and they haven't even looked at it. That's the ultimate BS generator right there. Oh, I'm going to, yeah, I'll just come get it from you. I'll come take it off your hands. And then when it gets down to the point that they may have to actually do that, oh, well, you know, yeah, I had something come up. I couldn't make it out there. Yeah, I believe that. You're full of shit. So it's like over here, these tires. You see these tires here that are holding my shed down, my canopy? Those are not old tires. Those tires are probably maybe a year old, and they got plenty of tread on them. They're 10-ply tires. There's two of them. There's one over there and one on the other side. The matching pair, and they came off that truck that I had. And you know how much, you know how expensive 10-ply tires are. That's $300 worth of tires right there. Those two tires, new. They've got maybe 10,000 miles on them, and I'd be lucky in this piss poor area down here if I could get $125 for both those tires. You know, I don't get it. What is it? Is people just don't have money, or they just want to spend money? They have it and they want to spend. Oh, let's just buy a new tire. Let's go spend $500. That's the kind of people I can't stand. I don't, you know, if I never met people like that, I'd be perfectly happy. It's like these wheels right here. These are a full set of 14-inch Chrysler Mopar big bolt pattern rally wheels. They look like they'd come off that car. That's because they did come off that car. And they're used and they're original and they're kind of rough. But you know what? I've advertised these things for like $20 a wheel. And despite the fact that people list these things on the internet for $200 for the set of those wheels, around here I can't get nothing for them. You know, I don't, you know, really, I don't think it is that people are broke. I think they're just, this doesn't give them the rush that buying $1,000 motherfucking dollars worth of wheels gives them to drain their pocketbook. That's what it is. I'm sorry for the language. That just pisses me off, you know. Basically, I have to give these things away because I don't have any use for them. I'm not going to put them on that car. Craigslist can suck my dick as far as I'm concerned. I don't like Craigslist. The only time that I like Craigslist is when I'm looking for something to buy something because I'm a serious buyer. That's it. These people that come buy stuff, they can go jump. That's what I think about it. That's how bad it pisses me off. I got that close. That guy sent me an email that was going to come from somewhere and take a look at this car 2 days ago. And of course, that jackwagon, he never even called me back, the idiot. And you know, I'm that close to emailing his ass back and just cussing him out, because you know what? You don't do that to people. If you're a freaking moron, have the ability to recognize that you're a moron that's not ever going to seriously buy a car. I'm just going to run this thing on Craigslist. I'm going to run this sucker on Craigslist till people are freaking sick of it. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to run it till they're sick of seeing it. I'm going to run this thing on Craigslist until it either sells or these people see it in their dreams. Somebody will buy it. I know they will. So anyway, guys, sorry for the frustration there and the venting, but that's how I feel about it. Two kinds of people on Craigslist. People that have money that are trying to swindle other people out of it and get something for nothing, or people that don't have any money and want you to give it for nothing. Both of them can do this. That's what I say. Have a good one, guys. See ya.